Today, we're teaching some of the dumbest kids in the world.
And we're teaching them where Italy is on the map.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Bailey, it seems like this kid right here thinks Italy is a boot. So should we give him an F or an A+?
Yeah, give him an F. How dumb does he think he is? Italy is in the United States.
No, it's not, Bailey, but whatever. Let's give this kid an F. Get out!
Wait, this dude just said India is Florida? A+.
There is no, I'm not giving this kid an A+. They all deserve Fs. Get it right.
And this next one just said Russia, and that is correct, but what would happen if we failed them?
We would get fired. That's what would happen. We need to make sure that we get all of these right, or else we lose our job.
Oh, so this isn't just a geography test for them, it's a geography test for us.
Pretty much. But anyways, Bailey, let's move on to our next lesson. We have to upgrade our school with the money we get from the students after failing and passing them.
I didn't know that's how a teacher is supposed to grow a school.
That's how it happens. You extort your students, you take the money from them, and then you upgrade your school and get richer.
Yeah, let's get our students to build the school for us.
All right, well, let's see here. This time they had to draw a flower, and I think this kid did a really good job.
I could do way better, Tele. Give them an F. We're literally in art class, yet they don't know how to draw a good flower.
Well, it looks something like a flower, and you know what they say? Not everything has to be perfect. I learned that the hard way, so I'll give this kid an A.
And draw a cloud. This just, my dog ate the drawing. Well, wait, his dog ate the drawing. We should give him an A+ then.
What? No! Wait, Bailey, is this you as a student? It's like, look, you got yellow hair, yellow t-shirt. You look really dumb.
Tele, my dog ate my drawing. Just give me an A+ already. Just give me an A+.
F.
Oh, you're so mean.
I am, Bailey, but now it's Lily. Lily's here, and we need to make a line that connects the two dots. They just drew a smiley face.
I don't think Lily knows how to read yet. Look at her emotions. She's so mad. Look at her shaking her head.
Oh, yeah, she's like, nah, you better give me an A. Well, no, lady. You're getting an F.
Get out!
And look, we got it all right, which means we got $120 more to spend on our school.
What should we buy next, Tele? Should we buy a Lamborghini for the school?
No, we don't need a Lamborghini. We need a math class because all these kids don't know how to do anything.
Yes, they do. They just spelled bird.
Oh, wait, this kid's actually pretty smart. But that's not a bird, that's a parrot.
You're a parrot.
I guess I am. I am a YouTuber. All right, let's go ahead and give him an A+.
And the next word is a cat. Wait, this dude spelled tack.
Did he seriously? No, you read that backwards, Bailey. It says cat.
Same thing.
Oh, guys, you know what? I want to test your English skills. So how about this? How about you guys try to spell the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in the comments down below and see how you do?
That's so easy. I can spell that backwards.
All right, well, you know what, guys? Spell it forwards, then spell it backwards. And if you got it right, we'll reply to your message saying A+.
And speaking of A+'s, we should not be handing out any of those to these students.
What the heck? Complete the phrase with a fitting verb? If you guys don't know, a verb is a doing word. So like, I ate apples. Ate is a verb.
And she drew a unicorn.
At least she did a verb on the piece of paper. She drew a unicorn. But let's give her an F.
Sorry, you suck at drawing.
Yeah, Bailey's got it right. But anyways, Bailey, we only need $10 more now to upgrade our school to the next level.
Well, what are you waiting for, Tele? Let's get our money up, not our funny up.
All right, let's do our next class. And the next one is gym class.
This is my favorite class.
All right, let's do this. And wait, this is a gym class.
Yes, it is. We have to do the moon orbits. A+.
Nah, the moon orbits Bailey's mom.
Tele? That is true.
Seriously? Oh, yeah. But anyways, Bailey, here's the next question. Name each part of this tree. Is that right? Leaves and trunk?
What? That is correct, Tele, but why is this student so mad, bro? You literally got it right.
Yeah, I know. He's getting really angry. Probably because I'm taking so long to grade his test.
We are staring at these papers for like 20 minutes, and the first cells were probably lonely.
No! Oh, bro, this kid's getting the questions wrong. The first cells were probably, what's the word I learned in science class? Eukaryotic?
Prisoners. They were in prison cells.
You know what? I'm giving this person an F. But wait, we got it right.
Is this what real teachers have to go through every day?
It seems so, especially with the dumb kids. But everyone watching Sprunky OC Friends right now is a super smart kid.
And Tele was the dumb kid.
Yeah, I was the dumb kid. That's why I became a YouTuber. But anyways, guys, if you want to help me prove my friends wrong and show that I'm not the dumb kid, then subscribe to the channel so I can show them I have 200,000 subscribers.
You still don't got no brains.
No! Whatever. I'll show you my brain, Bailey, once I upgrade my school.
Whoa, this school's getting so huge now.
We even almost have a basketball court in the back there and a playground.
I can't wait to play basketball with these students. I'm gonna dunk on all of them. I'm like LeBron James.
All right, Bailey, chill out, buddy. Chill out. You know what? I'll let you grade these next questions.
All right, children, welcome to home economics. Today we're going to protect our egg baby, and yep, they put a band-aid on it. That looks good to me.
All right, but Bailey, doesn't it say no scratches and no breaks?
Yeah, there is that little crease in the middle, but that's just normal. That's what all eggs do.
All right, well, I guess we'll give him an A+, and it just said watch out!
Yeah, watch out, because you just gave them an A+. Are you dumb, Telly?
You told me to!
No, I didn't.
Oh my goodness, well, this person took good care of their egg baby. They put a hat and a monocle on it.
That's a very fancy baby.
All right, well, that's an A+, and what the heck is this? Is this an Easter egg?
That's not even a real egg. Eggs do not come out of chickens' booties looking like that.
You know what? Let's just hope we get it right if we give them an A+.
Woohoo! Bazinga! 110 bucks.
And ouch, our teaching got a B. We didn't even get an A+ ourselves as a teacher this time.
It's all your fault, Telly.
It's not my fault. I did nothing wrong.
You did a lot wrong.
But Bailey, look, now we can upgrade our school. What should we get? The basketball court over here? Or should we get this playground?
Obviously, the basketball court.
All right, let's have these students shooting like LeBron.
That's what all schools are supposed to do.
All right, well, anyways, Bailey, let's teach these kids the power of Rizonomics.
Is this what you do in Rizonomics? You teach them about Canada?
Oh, yeah, because Canadians have no Riz because we have to steal it from them.
That's what they deserve.
All right, let's give this kid an A+. She obviously knows what's going on.
And this one obviously knows what's going on as well. Draw a means of transportation. And she drew a boat. And it's such a bad drawing, she drew the words boat just in case we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that's actually kind of bad. If you guys have to write what you drew next to your drawing, then you need to make it more detailed. But anyways, let's give this kid an A+. Uh-oh, but wait a minute, Bailey. This question's a controversial one, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, Telly, we might get banned from YouTube if we say true or false.
All right, guys, you're gonna have to help us with this question. Is the Earth flat? Subscribe if you think it's a circle, and like the video if it's flat.
I think it's a sprunky.
Oh, Bailey, give me a second. Let me look at the stats really quickly. And it seems like we're getting more subscribers than likes right now. So I think I'm gonna have to say the Earth isn't flat.
Well, Telly, if we get banned from YouTube, it's your fault.
All right, and wait, we got it right.
As we should.
All right, Bailey. Well, we're getting a little bit more money now, so we should be able to afford to upgrade our school again. But what should we do? The benches or the park?
Well, we need to buy a park. Obviously, the more exercise we can give our students, the smarter they become.
All right, well, let's get this playground up and running. Whoa!
That's the coolest park I've ever seen.
These kids are gonna have big brains and big muscles.
That's what you don't have.
Well, I guess I don't have muscles, but I do have a big brain. But anyways, Bailey, let's get into school and let's see if these kids are getting the questions right.
And I think these students are actually getting smarter over time. Just look at this. 5 plus 4 equals 9?
Hang on a second. 4 plus 5 is 9, but I don't know if 5 plus 4 is 9.
What are you talking talking about, Tele? You're not making any sense.
Well, how can two different questions equal the same answer? Look, if you do 4 plus 5, that's definitely 9. But 5 plus 4 can't be 9 because you already did 4 plus 5.
Tele, are you Jeffrey? Are you Jeffy from SML?
No.
Bro, trust me. I'm a mathematician. I'm a mathematician, and I know that that's A plus.
Wait, hang on, Bailey. We have to do some logic behind this one. Okay, what's 10 plus 9?
21.
Okay, Bailey, you know what? I'm gonna get this one an A.
Don't question my mathematicians.
All right, I won't, but let's see if you can get this question right, Bailey. Is this one worth an A or an F?
It's worth a C minus.
Oh my goodness, Bailey. Let me just see here. Paint 2 quarters of the circle. 2 quarters is also a half of the circle, guys. Has this student colored in a half of this circle?
Looks about right to me, boss.
Yep, I think you might be right. Boom! Oh my goodness, what is this kid doing, bro?
Being smart?
Find the X, and he circled it and said, it's here?
I mean, he's not wrong. Tell me, is he wrong?
Yes! You have to find the value of X. Well, I guess the question might have been misleading.
Yep, you can't blame him for being smart.
All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna give him an F. I'm gonna give this kid an F, bro.
Bro, he literally found the X. How are you going to give him an F?
Listen. Okay, I gave him an F because if you think about it, all the F students are inventors. If I give him an F for that question, he actually gets rewarded for being good at the question.
All right, Tele, I don't know if this reverse logic will work, but let's see.
Well, they always say that F students are inventors, and that's true because they can't be bothered sitting in the class and learning stupid stuff.
Yeah, stupid stuff like putting 2 potions together. What is this?
Yo, wait, this is science class. This is like what Aqua does.
This doesn't look like Aqua though, Tele.
We're gonna need Aqua for this science class. I don't really know how this works.
Well, you can see on the board right there, we have to put blue next to pink, next to blue.
All right, well, I guess we have to do it in this order then. So blue, pink, and then blue. Woohoo!
You are so smart.
All right, but now, Bailey, we have to do pink, blue, and pink. I'll let you do the honors.
All right, just give me this mouse right here. And since we have to start out with pink, let's just pick the pink button right here on the left.
Bailey, what are you doing? This isn't working. You're putting a bunch of random colors in.
I'm mixing and matching, Telly. This is how you make potions.
Bro, this isn't a pick and mix. Oh, no. Oh!
Look at it.
Oh, that volcano didn't even go off right. It just poofed in her face.
Telly, you just have to lock in like me.
Look, Bailey, it's Aqua.
Aqua's a pro at potions. Look, she's about to flex on everybody.
Hey, yo, Aqua, that's insane. And I think it might have gone wrong. Wait, it went right.
How did it shoot out confetti?
I don't know. She might have made a confetti potion.
We are making so much money. Thanks, Aqua, for giving us your money.
You know what, Bailey? Let's do one more class and then let's upgrade our school again because we need $300.
And then we can turn it into a mansion with a pool.
Woo! Tappy Mansion School!
Tap water would be so proud.
All right, but Bailey, here is the next thing we just asked the student. We asked them to draw an object that flies, and they drew a rocket ship.
Me personally, I would have drawn your mom.
My mom doesn't fly!
I'm just kidding, Telly. I'm just kidding. This is a wonderful rocket ship. I think it gets an A+.
Wait, but a rocket ship doesn't fly. It actually launches.
Telly, we do not need to explain that difference to these kids. Let's just give this an A+.
All right, fine. But here we go. The next one is the Mona Lisa is a type of food.
Correct, A+. It is an Italian steak, the Mona Lisa.
I've been to Italy once or twice, Bailey, and I don't think that's real.
Telly, you have never been to Italy once in your life. Stop capping. That's why you don't know this, because you've never been.
Well, I live in England. It's basically next door. No, it's wrong.
Yeah, you don't know geography, brother. I bet you're going to give this next piece of paper an A+ too.
No way. It says draw a car, and he drew the letters for apple. Apple?
Yeah, Apple makes phones, and phones are in the cars.
Well, Bailey, we're trying to draw a car, not something that's related to a car. So let's give this kid an F.
It never specified.
But bro, look at these kids. One of them's really happy, and then the rest of them are sad.
Yeah, why are they sad? They literally got an A+.
No, they didn't, Bailey. I gave them an F's.
Oh, that's probably why they're sad.
All right, well, anyways, Bailey, let's get this school upgraded. We finally made the money we need to turn it into a 2-story school.
Holy moly macaroni.
Yep, this school is beautiful now.
It can't get much better than this now, can it, Tele?
Well, it can, actually. We can add bookshelves to the back of the classroom now so our kids can get smarter.
Yeah, they need to start studying the books.
All right, let's take them back to class and let's see what they can do, Bailey. Here we go.
Welcome back to geography class, my favorite subject. And wait, this person put Canada in this piece of the United States?
That's not the United States. Look, you've got the USA underneath Canada. Canada's up here.
Yeah, Canada doesn't exist. That's just where the North Pole is, and that's where Santa Claus lives.
All right, well, you know what, Bailey? I don't think you understand what's on a globe, so I'll give this kid an A.
Okay, well, do you know where Brazil is?
Not really. That kind of looks like Africa to me.
Okay, yeah, Buster, maybe you should let me do this. As we can see on our globe, it has the Brazilian map on Brazil. This guy's saying Antarctica. I think he's just, he's just not very smart.
Yeah, he definitely isn't. Look at the way his eyebrows are wiggling. If you see eyebrows wiggle like that or a head wiggle, you already know the brain is empty.
And they deserve an F for that.
F! Get out of here, kid. But wait, this one's actually right.
And wait, this next person is actually super smart.
Yeah, they said South Africa. And if you know, guys, that's the South African flag. A+.
Bazinga, baby. We're making so much money. I feel like we might be the highest paid teacher ever.
$120 a day? Bailey, that is nothing.
Yeah, how much money do you make, Telly?
Let me think here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I make like $700 a day.
Yeah, 700 Monopoly bucks.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to know that. All right, Bailey. Well, now we've got $160 more. We can go ahead and upgrade the back of this school. And boom, now our school is pretty much ready to teach anyone that needs to be taught.
We're going to teach kids from all over the world.
I would say this school is pretty much perfect. All we need to do now is just hire a principal, and we'll have the best school in the world.
Can I be the principal, Telly?
You know what, Bailey? Go ahead. You can be Principal Bailey.
And my first act as Principal Bailey is to make not subscribing to Sprunky OC friends illegal.
Yeah, guys, and since I'm Principal number 2, technically I'm allowed to have a say too. So, guys, make sure to subscribe, like, and click the next video on your screen right now for more epic Sprunky videos.